I was arrested in Polynesia in 2007 for transporting cocaine. I'd like to talk to you about the role of the Australian Consulate and what they could and couldn't help me with while I was arrested. When I was arrested, I was taken to the police station and held in remand, I suppose, at the police station for 72 hours before the Australian Consulate was notified of my arrest. It was then, in total, a week before I first saw Derek from the Australian Consulate, but only after I had been moved to the actual prison. The first words Derek said to me were, "G'day Lyndall, how are you going?" And it was exactly the Aussie slang that I needed to hear. Derek and I sat down for about 2 hours and we talked about the legalities of my situation. We also talked about what the consulate's role was in helping me and in notifying my family at home. Derek explained to me that the consulate was there to make sure that my civil liberties were met as part of the Geneva and Vienna Convention. I think people have to understand that when they're arrested overseas, that the laws of our country do not apply, and we are bound by the law of that country. The Australian Consulate can't work and break those laws. They have to work into the law of the country where you're arrested. So what the consulate could do and couldn't do really did depend on the political and environment of the country. It couldn't pass me a pack of cigarettes, couldn't make it all go away and bring me home. I was visited by 3 different consular officers. 2 were Australian, who were based in Noumea, and the 3rd was a French national who was an honorary consulate who actually lived where I was arrested. I would see them on about a monthly basis. Then we talk. Sometimes about absolutely nothing, just anything to get my mind away from where I was, anything to break the reality of the prison. Right. Sometimes I sit and cry, and just to be able to sit and cry. Other times we wouldn't say anything at all, but it was the hand stretched out in comfort, the human contact that was wanted. The consulate officers who came to see me became my angels. They were really the light in a very dark place. Jane, Derek, Axel, I know, not just in my heart, in my mind, that if it had not been for you, I would not be sitting here today. I would be dead. I would not have made it out of the prison. I would not have come home. They got me through and they brought me home, and I will be forever indebted to them. Thank you.
So if you knew of a young person thinking about committing some sort of drug crime in a foreign country, what would you say to them?
Do you like breathing? Do you like seeing the sunrise and the sunset? Because if you do, don't. You go into a prison in another country, you have to be aware that the law of Australia does not apply, and that a death penalty is nothing to be handed down. A 20-year sentence is nothing to be handed down. Don't risk, if you don't care about your own life enough, don't risk your families. Don't do this to your family. My family suffered. My family suffered. My children suffered. They probably suffered more than I did because I only had myself to look after and deal with over there. They had each other to look after and deal with here, and they had it so much harder than I did. If you're travelling to another country, be smart. Get on the Smart Traveller website. Find out the laws of the country. Know that in some countries that you can be arrested for walking on the grass in a park, and be locked up. Know these things before you travel. Make an educated and informed decision on what you are going to do. Prisons are not nice places. They're not meant to be. Think twice. Really, really think twice about what you're doing before you decide to do something that could not only alter your life, destroy and take breath from your lung, but it has the capability of affecting so many other people in such a horrific way that nothing is worth it. No amount of money is worth it.